welcome back to the Wholehearted Journey. My name is Meredith Hudson, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Marissa. And
Hi.
She went to Harvard, and she made the mistake by telling me that she doesn't like telling people that she went to Harvard, because now every time
now she's tattooed it on her forehead. I'm with Harvard.
I'm like, dude, you should be so freaking proud of that. I'm like, if I'm over here bragging about the fact that I went to Navarro.
If I were on the podcast presenting my research in economics or law, I would start with, my name's Marissa Hamalian, Esquire. Don't forget the law degree. And here are my findings. No, I'm talking about friendship, and I want to be relatable. Remember the part where we talked about making ourselves small to be relatable?
She's a very impressive person, and she should be proud.
You're making me less friends now.
See, but we're talking about how we shouldn't do that. So anyway.
But I don't do podcasts, so nice to meet you all.
Well, Marissa has been a client in my program for I don't know how long now, a couple years now. Y'all probably have heard me talk about Marissa a lot, to be honest, because she is down 105 pounds, but she lost a total of 100 pounds of body fat. She lost 5 pounds of muscle mass out of her entire weight loss journey, and that only happened because she got the flu around her. And we hate that.
Yeah, no, that's kids in preschool, and I was sick and back to back. It was tough. But we're not actually here to talk about my weight loss journey.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the friends I may have lost along the way and the new friendships I've gained, and why it is so hard to maintain friendships when you're on a weight loss journey. And I think it's appropriate to talk about today because I'm here with you, with my new friend. And we have similar stories, we have similar life experiences, and that's something we've been able to connect on. Mm-hmm. And we can also connect on the fact that some of our longest time friends may not have always been there for us in the way we would have hoped. And some of that comes down to our own way of interacting with the world and on us, but also some of it comes down to the way that people react when you change your life.
And that, when she was talking about, well, because we were brainstorming, we're like, what should her podcast, be about? Or, what should it be about? And I was thinking, well, obviously, I've been her coach for so long now. I'm like, there's so much about her that we could talk about. She lost a ton of freaking weight. Her consistency was insane. She had young little babies. Now they're like, well, they're still little babies, but 6.5-year-old twins. And she was able to accomplish this amazing thing. She did her journey with her partner. And so there's so many amazing things to her story. But this topic is something that I think I talk about with majority of my clients, where it comes down to a sense of, I guess, a little bit of the heartache, a little bit of a heartbreak when it comes down to your circle changes. And it's painful no matter what the situation is, whether it's needed or not, but it does, kind of reveal some true colors. And that's never a fun reality. I know that it took me years, and I still think I personally am mourning some of my friendships that I lost, through my weight loss journey. And then on top of that, maybe even the launch of my business and maybe some whatever success that came from that. It's just an uncomfortable, icky thing to experience. And so a lot of people do, but yet it's just not talked about as much. So we're going to go deep into all of that jazz. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You have any last words before?
My last words are, anyone from my close circles who's seeing this or hearing this right now, this is not directed at any particular person. This is an overall feeling and how I experienced the changes in who my circles were over time. And it may not reflect how anyone listening to this and who knows me saw our relationships change.
I guess, why does it feel hard to maintain adult friendships and make new ones just in general?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with weight loss. This has to do with changing circumstances. This applies to anyone who's gone through a change in your energy. My energy has shifted from, carefree college girl to a serious law student who was trying to make new friends in a new city, to moving to the suburbs and reconnecting with my old friends from my hometown, to raising kids in a new school environment. And each of those shifts has come with a shift of my attention and my priorities. And that's led to a lot of wonderful new friendships and people who I connect with at that time on the focus of our attention, whether that's our kids or our studies or our, exploring a new city.
Yeah.
But anytime your priorities shift, your friendships will too. And that's why it's been so hard for me. You have to be intentional about maintaining friendships. I have some friends who are fantastic about texting me, setting up plans, filling me in about their life, calling me without texting first, which is not something I do, but I appreciate when friends do it to me. I take a lot of responsibility for dropping the ball on maintaining friendships through transitions in my life circumstances.
Well, yeah, and I think that's relatable. I think that even with you being such an intentional person that would probably do anything and everything for a friend, I think that when life gets so busy and you are in a transitional time in your life, it's just hard. I'm the same way, and I feel so guilty about being that person. Some people are like just so good and dedicated to, no matter how busy they are or whatever they got going on in their life, they're able to still just send that text or make the call.
I have one particular friend who is the glue of one of my friend groups, and she's just as busy as I am. She has 3 little kids, and I said I wasn't going to talk about anyone in particular, but
Shout out.
shout out. She has 3 little kids. She has an incredible job as a CEO. She's raising her family, contributing to the community, talking on national TV, and still makes time to reach out and set up the friend date. And I think she's a really good example of someone who prioritizes connections. And I want to be more like that.
Yeah.
Even when life gets busy, it's never an excuse. It's a factor.
Well, okay. So have you ever heard from like a business standpoint, the people who become the most successful are the ones that don't think about it. They just do it. So if you have a thought, you take immediate action.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how some people are, just like your friend. But she has a thought about that friend, or I should text them, or I should check in on them, and she just does it. Because how many times do you have that, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to do that after I wash my face, or after I make that meal, or after I put the kids to bed. And you just don't ever get to it. I literally do that all the time, and it's always when I'm washing my face. I'm washing my face, and I think of like 3 or 4 different people, and it just like goes into the abyss of nothing.
So when it's a work task, I put it in my work notes. Or when it's a school task, I put it in my school notes, my to-do list. I don't have a friendship to-do list. You know, I don't have text so-and-so to see how their grandma's doing. But maybe I should.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should just do it in the moment.
Yeah.
No matter where I am.
And I think that this is a healthy start to this conversation, because I think a lot of times we can almost be a victim when we are going through like loss of friendships, but there is an accountability piece too. Not for all of the losses we know, but sometimes you will lose friends just from the simple fact of you just kind of stopped making them an importance in your life, because you're now changing your nutrition, you're going out less, you're not drinking every weekend, you're not partying every weekend, you're spending more time maybe with your family. You just make self changes, and those self-care changes require more kind of alone time and more self-improvement. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-care, I guess.
Self-focus, selfishness.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not in a negative context, but it's when you're working on yourself.
Yeah.
And I think this transitions well into the topic of why weight loss can influence friendships too. There's the underlying adult friendships are hard. And then there's on top of that, when you get really selfish about your journey and creating a life that you want to live in, it can be hard to find people who are on the same page as that, and also find time to find people who are on the same page as that.
Then there's the jealousy piece too.
Yeah.
And we've all experienced it. If you've ever like been around a woman that was talking about another woman who's lost a lot of weight, then you already know what we're talking about here. Oh, she looks awful.
Oh, she's saggy. She
Oh.
lost 200 weight. She went too far.
I literally heard that my entire life, and I've never got it. It's always made me shut down, because as a little girl, I'm like, honestly, I'm inspired. But I think my heart's always been like, I look up to women that I want to see. Like, if I've always struggled with my weight, so I want to look up to a woman that was able to lose weight and keep it off and change her life, and so forth. And so, like, I always took it as an inspirational piece. I never had an envious heart towards people that lost weight, but that's not the case for a lot of people.
Yeah, call it what it is. It's jealousy.
Yeah.
And it's not always just about weight loss. I think, this is going to sound so conceited, I think the fact that I'm 6 feet tall and successful in my career and have a good relationship with my family, all of those things already set me up to be someone you'd be jealous of. And I don't mean that to sound conceited, because I'm not. Lord knows I have my insecurities. But I do think I come across, and you probably do as well, as a business owner and a beautiful woman, you come across as intimidating.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Until you smile and laugh, and I feel like I'm the same way too. You look at me and you're like, ooh, just not going to approach her.
No, I literally it's such a hard thing to go through because when you talk about it, it's like, oh, I can't believe she just said that about herself. But it's not any different than being mistreated for anything else.
Yeah.
And it is true. It is difficult to maintain friends. People don't want to even get to know me. And I've never experienced that before in my life until I got to this place in my life. And I'm like, that's crazy because this is the time of my life that I feel like I'm the best version of myself, which means that I can show up for my people in my life way better than I would have back.
And you have more friends in those times. I agree.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of times in my life and my history of making friends where I made myself smaller or made myself more approachable or downplayed my best attributes to make friends. When I went to college, I hadn't drank much at all in my life, but I wanted to be the party host, the silly girl, the life of the party, to make friends. And a lot of my college friendships were rooted in parties, superficial connections, and I had a ton of friends in college. I was president of my sorority. I had tons of friends on my rowing team. I just feel like everybody knew me, and that was my goal. I wanted to be the fun, silly one, but no one took me seriously.
Yeah.
No one knew who I was underneath the fun party girl exterior.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe we can transition to our next topic then about how alcohol plays a role in friendships.
I was literally just about to say it.
So we both identify as non-drinkers. So I mean, I don't identify as like a fully non-drinker. I will drink a glass of wine or a dirty martini once in a while, but I've had maybe 3 in the past year. I don't know.
I don't even know. Maybe like it's like you have a drink once a year.
Right, because I have to do my check-ins with Mer and it says, have you drank alcohol? Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah,
it's like once a year.
Once a year.
I don't drink at weddings. I don't drink at parties, but I still go to weddings and parties. I still participate in the social scene, and I worry sometimes that makes people uncomfortable. Not that I'm not having fun, but that you become a mirror to other people's drinking habits, and you lose the what do they call it, social lubricant that alcohol can be. That it's a thing that connects you. Let's go out for a drink. Let's have a glass of wine by the pool. Let's toast to the newlyweds. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It is something that's so integrated in all of our social bonding.
I know, and I guess like from the standpoint of people, like, because I'm sure at one point in my life when I used to drink often, common, like just every week, I don't know if I was ever that person that, I don't know, when someone came around and they didn't drink, I bet I was someone that's like, come on, just have a drink, listen up, just do this. And I've been realizing, like, why would I do that? Like, what's the deeper reason for that? Because what's insane, I'm sure that you can agree too, since I stopped drinking, I'm still the last man standing. I'm still on the dance floor. I'm still doing all the things, but yet I'm honestly, I think even more just like a better time to be around. And I have a better time.
And you're present, and you can actually connect with people and remember the connection and maintain the friendships even deeper because what you talked about will stick with you and it's real.
Yes.
And you don't wake up with anxiety about the next day about what did I say? Could I have turned them off by being too loud, too quiet, too weird? But you could still have fun without the alcohol too. We were out until, was it like 1 a.m. at the stockyards the other night, bar hopping, drinking our bitters and soda. You can have just as much fun without the alcohol. And that's very true when you're with someone else who doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas with my mom and my husband, neither of whom drink, and we had a blast. But I think if I went back to Vegas with the friends I went with for my 21st birthday, I might make them uncomfortable with my non-drinking. And that's partly my responsibility for making them feel like, no, it's cool. I do want to hang out. And partly the responsibility of others around someone who doesn't drink to get comfortable with it. For anyone who is listening to this who has someone in their life who doesn't drink or is thinking of becoming someone who doesn't want to drink, you got to talk about it. You have to explain to people that you're still fun. You're still good. You got to just learn to accept each other. And what I do with my body is not a reflection of what I think you should do with your body.
Yes.
Now, what do we want to talk about next?
What do you feel like changed in your existing relationships after changing your lifestyle so much?
Some of it's been so positive. My husband and I now go on walks together, or make sure that we're choosing restaurants that are higher in protein. We can connect better without the alcohol. We go on gym dates. My marriage has gotten infinitely better, and I think it's a lot more real now. My relationships with my friends, some have gotten better too. Even the friendships that I've had since I was little have changed in positive ways. Many of them have. My friend came over the other night, and we ate dinner in our backyard, and instead of drinking, we had seltzer, and instead of going out partying, we went for a nice long walk and had a really deep talk about where she is in her life and what I can do to support her and what options lay in front of her, because we had a deep talk that I don't think we would have had with alcohol and junk food.
Yeah.
On the flip side, some of my relationships have changed for the worse. Friends who I care so deeply about and have had in my life, some for my entire life, some for since college, they have faded a little. Sometimes I feel less included in things because people don't want to invite the girl who cares about her health too much to let loose. And it's really hard to feel excluded from those things. And one day, and you know, it's a slow burn. One day you just realize you're not invited to as many events as you used to be. I'm not on Instagram, so thankfully don't get to see them happening around me, but it's hard to feel like the friends that you love so much and have had so many good times with, and you don't feel differently about at all, somehow feel differently about you.
Yeah. But I always sit there and say, okay, on the flip side, because this is kind of just how my mom's always trained my brain. It's like, on the flip side, if those friendships are still just as strong in a part of your life as they were before your journey, do you really feel like it would add to the lifestyle in the future that you've worked so hard for now, in a sense of the things that they do for fun? Or
you're right. Your mom is right. It's maybe I'm craving that same type of connection I had with the friends when we would go out drinking late and eating and partying. I miss that because I miss the connection with those friends, but I don't miss that lifestyle.
Where do you think, if your friend group didn't change at all, where do you think you would be today if you didn't have a coach, of course? Because, you know.
This is what you do. You make new friendships that align better with your choices. And one of the best things about my kids starting a new school this year was that from the beginning, I could lay out exactly who I am. They're not chasing an older version of me that was louder, drank more, or made herself anything other than exactly who I am now. So my school friends now, they know I don't drink or rarely drink. They know who I am as a parent. They know where my commitments to my career, my fitness, and my family lie. And we fit these new friendships around that.
Yeah. That's always just like the best thing about the whole transition. It hurts. Like, I think you'll always be almost like mourning friendships. I mean, I've been mourning a friendship for 5 years now, and I still have to just like get myself out of it because some of those friendships, I'm sure you've lost probably like best friends. Yeah. Those are ones that stick. Those almost hurt more. I think I've mourned my friendships that I've lost from my weight loss journey harder than any breakup or anything that I've ever experienced.
1,000,000%.
And that's what hurts so much about it, because it makes you feel a little crazy. It's like, why can't I get over this? But it stings knowing that you did nothing wrong. And in the end, it really just comes down to, not that they're just not happy for you, but in the sense they're kind of just not happy for you. And they don't like this new and improved, healthier Marissa, who worked so hard for something and finally did the dang thing that required an everyday, constant push through to make it happen. Like every single second of every single day you chose to do this. And it hurts knowing your best friends aren't proud of you in the end. They're probably proud of you, but proud of you in a sense to still be in your life and support you through it. But then again, you look at it from a standpoint, like when I get into this place where I'm mourning a friendship, I think to myself, okay, let's just say nothing changed between me and my friends here. What does that even look like? And I think about it and I'm like, we'd have no interest really in common anymore. And, you know, they like to do this and I like to do this. And it's like,
but is that true? So sometimes I have to stop and think, I'm playing the victim here. Maybe I should invite my friends to come do a workout class with me. Maybe I should ask my friends to go on a hike. Maybe I should invite them out for brunch instead of late
Yeah,
night
have
drinks.
you not?
Not as much as I should. That's on me. I need to do better about reaching out to the friends who maybe our foundation is rooted in something a little unhealthier, but we could still transition that same relationship into something productive and healthy.
Try it, but also know,
Yeah.
protect your heart and understand that there's a huge chance you could be not responded to or never made time for, because that was my case. I tried in every angle, and it was shut down. Ooh, yeah, made me.
I'm sorry. I don't want to dredge up the past. My mom has gone through the same thing with her friends. And you know what I've found? Find kinship in people who've gone through it with you. My mom and I are closer than ever, and we do more things together because we're in the same place in our life, have lost some friends, have changed our lives for the better, and move into a new direction together.
See, I'm emotional.
I'm sorry that you went through this. It's hard. It is harder than a breakup, and it sticks with you longer.
Yeah, literally 5 years, and I'm still like crying about it.
Yeah.
It does suck. You know, I'm probably pregnant, so. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But she's been a client of mine for so long now that she knows I'm a sensitive gangster. How many times have I cried in a video?
More than me. I don't cry. I don't.
Yeah, honestly, crying is good. It helps with the.
Do you want me to take a photo for your crying album?
Okay, hold on. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go into how to navigate pushback from old friends when you change so much.
The friendships that do stick around when you've changed, or before you catch them before they start to fully fade away. I would notice things like friends asking, "Why aren't you drinking?" or "Just have one," or "Do you really need to wake up and go work out tomorrow?" or little comments that make you question your own choices. Like, maybe I should let loose. What I had to keep coming back to was that my health and my choices have nothing to do with anybody else. And if the choices I'm making make someone else uncomfortable, that's on them, not on me. Mm-hmm. You have to own your choices. So when you get the pushback, you just have to be stronger in your resolve to change who you are. And if you don't have that strength, if it's hard for you to constantly keep making that decision over and over rather than making it once and sticking with it, then maybe you need to cut those friends out.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like, I think, and that's definitely been the case. I feel so proud of seeing clients that do that. That's like immediately they see those red flags and they're like, nope, I'm not going to let people in my life hold me back. But not just with your health, but your career, like anything that involves growth, self-improvement, you're going to have pushback on. That's why you should never ask other people what you should do. Like, in a sense, if you have an idea and you want to start a business, you shouldn't go to everyone in your life, in my personal opinion, and ask, do you think this is a good idea? Because you're going to have a million no's and maybe one yes.
I will push back on that concept a little bit. I think if you respect someone and look up to them and want to treat them as a mentor, then absolutely go bounce ideas off of them, refine your ideas,
but
put it out there in the world. Yeah, they'll be the one. So you got to know which 99 not to go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why you'll have a million no's, because there's a million people who will never put themselves out there or never have or are scared to. There's more people that hold themselves back from fear of failure or just like not believing in themselves and staying in the same cycle of doing the same thing every single day, day after day, week after week, year after year. I don't know. I feel like you have a gut instinct for a reason. If your mind and your heart's set on something, you should go for it. Yeah. I wouldn't have anything or be anywhere in my life right now if I didn't listen to any of those like strong moments. The reason why I quit alcohol, I can give you 5 million reasons why I quit drinking alcohol. But if I were to tell you the real reason why I did it was because I jumped on a plane, and on the plane, out of nowhere for no reason, I had a moment where it just hit me where it's like, you should probably never drink again.
I get those all the time, not about drinking, about anything. And then I stopped and thought about this philosophically, that every little decision you make feels so incremental, minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but it can change absolutely everything.
Yes.
It's, one day I woke up and decided I'm going to get fit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. One day I woke up and said, let's have kids. And now it's like, these things aren't given. None of what you have planned out ahead of you will come true unless you make little decisions along the way that get you there.
Yes.
And you don't know what those major decision points are going to be until it pops up on the plane and you're like, I'll never drink again.
Yeah.
And now you're never drinking again.
A yes and a no can drastically change your life. And so if you learn to just kind of trust what it's kind of, even if it scares the heck out of you, everything. This podcast, I woke up one day and said I should start a podcast, filmed it, posted that night, and boom. Then every single week since then, since January, I've done this.
It's amazing.
I'm not overthinking it. I'm not, and
right.
if it looks stupid, my first video, it was so blurry and messy, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was committing to it. Weight loss journey, I'm sure business, and just, I don't know. So I think like in that sense, that is an amazing thing to also take with you. So I guess what are some tips that you might have for anyone going through this right now? And then after that, I would love to know any tips for making new friends.
Mm-hmm. You have to be firm in your beliefs and keep remembering your why and what you're going through. And to a degree, you've got to weigh the pros and cons of keeping a friendship and losing a friendship. There's plenty of friends that I still have in my life who may not be perfectly aligned with my lifestyle and my goals because those people matter to me. So don't cut people out just because they don't match your lifestyle right now. But also, if someone is draining your energy, making you doubt yourself, making you make choices that don't align with who you want to be, those are friendships you're allowed to let go. Everyone has served a purpose in your life and you in theirs at the time that those friendships existed, but that doesn't mean they need to be lifelong friendships. And then those that are lifelong friendships, pour your energy into them. Be like my friend who is the glue, who no matter how busy life gets, she reaches out, she makes the plan. And thank those people who are in your life. Make sure they know how appreciated they are. Yeah. And tips for making new friends is whatever you're doing, try to find other people who are into it too. Like, I like gardening. I joined an arborist society in my local community for planting trees and protecting the community. Reach out to people who are doing what you want to do, whose lifestyle matches your goals. Start a group like you did with your Bible study to attract the people into your life who are on the same path as you. Yeah. When you're making new mom friends, I find it so hard to put myself out there, to go walk up to the other mom at baseball practice or, reach out to my kid's friend's mom to set up a play date. It's hard for me, but you just have to do it. Put yourself out there. You can't just wait for everybody else to reach out to you. If you want a friendship, you have to ask for it.
Yeah, because people are scared. People have, a lot of times, there's more women who don't have any friends than I swear than women that do have friends at this point. And so people have had bridges burned and friendships ended and trust broken. And so everyone, I feel like sometimes can be a little scared, or lives just got busy and they haven't had a day where they went and hung out with a friend and they don't know how long. And so I love that you said that, like set up a play date, because what I do is I set up coffee. So I'm like, hey girl, let's go get coffee. So I meet random people all the time for coffee, and then we start from there. Get a phone number from someone. If you're talking to someone, like the girl from BSR or from Waco Surf yesterday.
Yeah, you should have asked for her number.
I was going to, but I went into the water, and when I turned around, she was going into it. But I would have asked for her name. I would ask for a number. I would have introduced myself, and then I probably would have eventually asked her out for coffee. And so there's so many incredible women that I've built friendships with doing that, and that's a recent thing. I started doing that this year, and I'm like, it can kind of feel weird stepping out. Like, do you ever feel like,
oh, it's so awkward for me. I'm such an awkward person.
You're really not though.
See, other people say I'm not, but inside I'm rehearsing everything that I'm going to say to them. I'm playing back every conversation I've ever had with another mom friend. Like, did I come across too strong? All the time. I think there's also, so those are little things you can do to make friends, but also there's big things too. Like, book the flight. I'm here because you said, oh, I wish you lived in Texas. You probably said it offhand, and I'm like, all right, here I come.
Yes.
I'm going to come see you.
Yes.
You got to just put yourself out there.
Bro, let's go. I feel hyped because, that is hard. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I got so many different phone numbers and just like, I mean, I just learned from my own journey after weight loss. I lost my friendships, and then I became this sad, mopey, like, oh, I have no friends girl. And it was okay because I think there was a time and there was a reason for that. I needed to, me and Steven as a relationship has always been strong, but just kind of like what you said, you and Jimmy, y'all's relationship even got stronger. And I think it's because you go from someone being super social and you have a huge friend group. Mm-hmm. So that turns into where you and your husband probably tend to go and do a lot of things with your friends and hanging out. So yes, you'll still have alone time, but you don't have as much alone time. And that's kind of how it was for Steven and me. We never took a trip together alone. We never did date nights. We always just went and hung out with our friends because we had a massive friend group. And so when our friends kind of slowly went away, we started being able to go on trips alone. Mm-hmm. And we started having date nights and we started doing more things together. And it's like, oh, well, duh, you're watering that relationship. Mm-hmm. And so there's so many, it can hurt. And you will spend so much time with a broken heart. But the best thing that I personally can say is forgive and flourish. Literally forgive the people that have left your life. And don't spend a single second wondering like what you did wrong, what could have changed. I spent years trying to mend friendships that refused to be mended, and that caused me more heartache. If I would have just been able to just forgive them, understand I'm never going to get an answer as to why they're no longer in my life, and just continue to flourish. And so that's just what I've done personally. And so I know that you're going through it. I know that you've been in maintenance now for a while and everything, but like it takes time to adjust to this new life that you've created for yourself and the adjustments that come with it. But
right, maintenance isn't going back to your old ways now that all the weight's gone and you can just go back to living your life. Your lifestyle has changed. The people around you that have fallen away because you changed your lifestyle to lose the weight may not come back into it when the weight's gone either, because you've changed so much, and that's fine.
Well, how do you, from who you were before to who you are now, do you feel happier now? And how do you feel like the atmosphere that you're in is? I
feel like I'm the exact same person. Like, I don't think my personality has changed one bit. Where I spend my time and energy has. And that brings it right back to the first topic we talked about, how adult friendships are hard because circumstances change. Mm-hmm. I have not changed. What I care about, what I pour my energy into has changed. And part of that is pouring energy into myself. And I feel, I don't want to say happier. I feel more at peace with where my life is going. Because I was plenty happy ripping shots at a bar at 2 a.m. But I'm also plenty happy fast asleep at 9:30 in my cozy bed, knowing that I've nourished my body and my soul and the friendships that matter.
I love that. Well, we are now about to go hit Pilates. We literally went at perfect time. It's 9:30.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're about to go hit some Pilates. I feel like this was such a good episode. I feel like one that definitely needed to be talked about. And I'm sure we'll have more episodes on this topic because there's so much to it. But Marissa, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. She literally flew here and I was like, okay, while you're here, I was like, and we're hanging out and we're doing our thing. We went to the stockyards. We had okay, y'all, hold on. I have to say this before we end. We went to the stockyards and we went to a rodeo and she's allergic to horses, y'all. Like EpiPen allergic, bro. Not just I get the sniffles.
Whose idea was it to go to the rodeo?
You!
And then we were sitting in the hotel room getting ready to go. I'm like, there's going to be horses at the rodeo, aren't there? And we had front row seats, too. Oh. So good. I enjoyed the first half of the show very much, and then my windpipe was like, nah, you're done.
Dude. And another one of my clients, she just moved to Dallas-Fort Worth, and so she met up with us, and she's a nurse. And so she started coughing, and I looked over at Marissa, and then Kelly looks over at Marissa, and Kelly's like, as soon as I heard the wheezing, I knew we had to leave.
See, this is how you make new friends. You inconvenience your life so severely that you bond over the fact that you have to walk 15 minutes away to a Walgreens to get allergy medicine and my inhaler. So.
Worrying if she was going to die over the smell of the horses. It was funny because there was a horse that was kind of close to us, and I just saw you in the corner of my eye staring at the horse. I was like, I was going to ask the dude, like, hey, can you get on with that?
You can't interrupt their show.
Excuse me, sir. Anyways, you guys, thank y'all. Hope this was a super helpful episode, and I'm sure we'll see Marissa again one day. But for now, I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.